Most people think that building a website is hard. It costs a lot, takes weeks, and you need to know how to code. Today I will show you how to build real custom website from scratch by just using AI. For this we will use multiple tools, including ChatGPT and Cursor, that is a dev environment powered by AI. The cool thing about Cursor is it has an AI agent that understands what you want to implement, and it will create a code for that. So it means you don't need to know how to code, but only explain what you want. By the end of this video, you will know how to build your own website, even if you are just starting out. So hit like and subscribe button, and let's dive in. Here's what we are going to do. We will start a new Cursor project. AI will generate us fully functional website. After that, we will run it locally and see how it works. We can generate some graphics using ChatGPT for improving our website visually. And finally, we will publish this website to a platform called Netlify that allows to publish web application and websites for free. So here we created a new project from scratch, and we can see our Cursor window. So on the left you can see our project structure, and it's empty right now. In the main screen we can see our editor. There will be some code if we need to edit something, but we won't. It's a terminal, so we can run different commands, for example running something locally like our website, but AI agent will help us to do that, so we don't need to do that. And finally, here's our chat with all the history for our AI agent that will do all the job for us. Let's start from describing what do we actually need and what do we want to build. In this video, we are going to use Next.js. So it's a framework that allows you to build web application fast and simple. You don't need to know it, you just need to know that it exists and that it allows you to build fast and simple different web applications. For the agent, we need to write in details what we are going to build. Here, what we are going to write in our prompt so AI can build it. We describe what we want to build, particularly here we want to build a website using Next.js with great modern looking landing page. After that, we describe what is the purpose of website and how it should look like, so branding colors, what do I like, so I posted an image here that looks like this, so I like the component, so it should try to copy this styling for components, like buttons, cards, and generally how it's located. After that, I describe what section it should include, and yeah, that one more time that we should write it in Next.js framework. And let's run it and see how it works. So it started to generate a plan for this project, and after that it will start to implement it. To be able to create and run this web application locally, we will also need a runtime called Node.js. Here, as you can see, our agent start to run some tools to install dependencies for this project. It will do it by itself, we just need to approve those commands, so we can click run. And here we can see that we need to choose what do we want. So we can either choose yes or no. Let's say yes. Let's wait for a few minutes while it works. As we don't want to run it by ourselves, we can ask, please run this code so I can check it locally.
1 hour later.
And here we see the command and we can open it in terminal. And as you can see, we run our website on so-called localhost 3000. It just means that we run it locally. Let's open this URL and see what we have. It looks kind of modern, minimalistic, but there are a lot of stuff that we want to improve. So let's start to improve this website by explaining what we want to improve and how. So first thing I thought about making this hero section bigger, remove some of those menu navigation buttons, improve those cards, so add a little bit more animation and fun here. And I would prefer this section bigger, and I want probably this testimonials like with more animation. And here I don't see contact form, so probably we will need. So let's write it. So first we are going to change our buttons and cards. So I don't actually like how it looks right now. I would prefer something like on this image. So we will just copy this image as a part of context, like we did before, and explain that I need particularly these buttons and this card, so it should look like this. And we will create it as a separate component, so it can be reused all over our website. So if we put one button like this, we can put all other buttons in a similar style. And one more time we accepted these changes, and let's see how it looks like. So here's our updated website, and as you can see, it updated our buttons, it updated our cards. So yeah, I like it much more. And let's work on other improvements we described. Next, we will describe our improvement for hero section. So we want to make it bigger. We accepted these changes, and let's see what changed. As you can see, it added multiple icons. So here will be some our image. I like this title, this button, but I don't like that it's cut over here, so we will need to explain that. Now we want to just remove those limits for circles and other background graphics that we have right now. And we will need one more change to remove this thickness of those elements. And now our changes looks like this. And we will also do some minor changes for graphics for hero section. Here what we finally get for our hero section, I really like it. And let's focus on our other sections. So I want some basic animation for these cards, and I want to make this testimonials flowing and be more appealing. So let's write it as is. After the change, we got something like this. So there's an obvious problem with this card borders and sizing. So animation, it looks a little bit irritating, but in general okay. So let's improve that. To improve that, we explain what is a problem with our animation, add an image for the context so it can be more understandable to our model, and it will try to improve the code so it looks better. So it looks like it removed the borders, so we need to explain that we need our black borders back, and also to make this card look similar. So for this we will just make a screenshot, and we will explain with this screenshot what we want. So now it looks much better, so the elements are more equal sizing. The only problem with testimonials I would probably improve is this strange styling part, and make them different styling. Here what we got, basically it looks fine, lots of stuff could be improved, but it's not the goal to build. Lastly, let's keep clean our menu section, so to make it minimalistic. So right now we feel that we don't have enough graphics for our here section, so let's generate it. For this we will just make a screenshot of our current website, and we will use a screenshot just to generate good graphics using ChatGPT. I don't have any actual idea right now what it should be about, particularly the idea of the image, but I just know that I want to use flat graphics, vector one, with particular color and styling I use all over the website, and I will depend on ChatGPT for doing all creative stuff I want. Here what we got from the first generation, it looks like it's flat vector icon as it said. So let's try to improve this image and add more elements to it. Here we can just create a prompt explaining the same idea, so we want just more elements, keep the same styling and make the image more complicated and element rich. Okay, here what we got, and yeah, it looks decent, so let's use it. ChatGPT provides you image with background, but we don't need that white background, so we will remove it. For this we can use different tools, for example one of them called RemoveBG. And it helps you just remove the background from the image. So right now we have our image to be used, and we need somehow to add it to the project. So let's just ask how to add that image and AI will answer us. And here we got a response, so we will need to rename our image and place it to the public directory of Next.js project. As you can see, we have our public directory and some images there. So there are already some images that we can keep, and I will put the image to this public directory. And we are going to rename it to Hero AI. And let's write that we already have this image and ask to use it. Here is what we got, but I would prefer this image to be a little bit bigger, so let's ask about that. And I also don't like this circle limits our image, so I want to update that. So yeah, now it looks better and we are ready to publish this website. Now let's publish our site. To do that, I'm using Netlify, so it's super simple hosting platform, and it will allow to publish your website for free. To do that, we first need to upload our code to GitHub account, so it's basically a place where we can store our code base, and from there Netlify can pull the code and use it for deployment. For this, I'm going to create a new repository on GitHub. So here on GitHub, we should provide a repository name and short description. And after that, we can mark our repository as public or private. Public will be accessed by anyone, so the code will be available to anyone in the internet. So we will leave it as is, so everyone can have an access to the repository and hit create. After this, we can see some commands here to transform our code into Git repository. Basically, you don't need to understand on what it does. You can just click copy and insert it to our cursor, so it will do everything for you. So we just need to explain it. So here we just explain that I got this part from GitHub and I want to create a repository. Run this part and we can execute our command. So now we can just reload our page and you can see that basically we have one file just here. So we need just to say I see only one readme. And ask agent to add all of our files to the repository. And let's reload and we can see all our files are here. So right now we are ready to deploy our code to Netlify. In Netlify, to make your website available to everyone, you need first to create a project. And we will import our code from GitHub as was before. For that we need to authorize through GitHub. And after that you can see available to Netlify repositories here. Initially you won't see anything because Netlify won't have any access to your repositories, but you need to set up it first and provide an access to the repository you want to deploy from. So in this case, go to configure Netlify, pick up your account, and you can see that right now you are going to provide an access to Netlify. So you have two options, either all repositories, so it will provide to all repositories an access. It's not usually recommendable for the security reason. And here you can pick up the repository you want. So we will have this demo AI website and save. Right now we can find it here and pick up for deployment. To deploy a project, you first need to provide a name for that project, and it should be globally unique. So you cannot just pick up something like AI or Vlad because it's most likely taken by someone. So it should be something more unique, like let's say Vlad AI demo or something like that, and let's put it here. And after that we can scroll and hit deploy Vlad AI demo. So as you can see, what we created locally now publicly available and can be accessed by anyone in the internet. We are providing this link. What I love about this workflow, you can build real things without even being a developer. You don't need to understand all the code, copy something from Stack Overflow or fight with configs. Cursor helps you to implement, ChatGPT helps you to create, and Netlify makes it live. All the prompts I use plus the code are linked below this video. I also added an instruction on how to deploy it to Netlify. And if you want a part 2 of this video where we will connect our website to CMS, or build a custom logic, or build a cool animation, just let me know in the comment section. If you found this helpful, like this video and subscribe. And I'll see you in next one.